as I still work on my G.I. Joe collection and my Cobra Law throne, still got a lot of work to do on the Cobra Law throne. I still got to paint and everything and detail all this, and I'm probably going to add clear coats to these snakes to make them look a little bit slimier, and then the details on the floor. The extra Sergeant Slaughter head I have is going to be on a spike, basically like beside the throne, and bloodied and stuff, so that's cool. But as I rush and have to do a lot of life stuff, like it's kind of on the hold right now, but I did find something to entertain me after work before I, get off work and go right back to bed. I purchased some decals recently, and I've never been into decals. It's one of the reasons why I was never into modeling, because I was like model making, because I suck at it. But I purchased these from Bad Mother Tattoos and Customs. So, see that? Let me try to get the focus better. Yeah, right there. Like, really cool decals, and they worked really good. But once again, something totally new and I've never did before. But I'll show you a couple of things that I've did so far with the decal. Oh, and before I show you the actual figures I've worked on, you know what these are, and these are one of the main reasons I got some G.I. Joe decals to work on stuff with. So these are going to go on a lot of different figures to integrate them into my figure universe with everything. So to start things off, I'm going to look at the figures that I took of other lines and made into Cobra stuff, with just putting some Cobra decals on them and stuff they fit. First fits really good from Marvel stuff is like the Serpent Society. So like I just did very basics on these, and there'll be a lot of me trying to get the focus right on it. So like you can see right here, I put the Cobra symbol on I think it's King Cobra. I'm not huge in the Serpent Society, but I put it on his belt, and then I put one on his back. And yes, you can see the outline of it and stuff like that. I need to cut around that and stuff. My hands aren't steady enough for me to do perfectly around the decals, but yeah, I think the belt looks really good. I don't know if since it's a hard cape, I don't even know how much I'm gonna have him like wearing that cape, but I am gonna go around the details on that and stuff. Okay, the second figure I got here, I just put a simple one on his hand, just one right there. So I thought that fit very well. I didn't want to take just big ones and like automatically throw them on, their chests or something like that. And the third one over here, I just put it on the back of his helmet. So if you pull his helmet down, I like that helmet on that figure down. But again, like I need to cut around that a little bit. I put a clear coat on some of them too, because like I'd seen where people did that to make them blend in a little bit better. And then on this Jake Roberts figure, I just put it. Jake the Snake, I put on his wristbands. So he's got Cobra wristbands right now. And one of the biggest thing, you've seen the Sergeant Slaughter extra head where I'm gonna make it Cobra's got him on a spike. I also took my kind of bad guy during the Gulf War Sergeant Slaughter, when he turned bad, and I put Cobra symbols on his boots. You can see right there. Both boots have them, like on the side. He's got those Iron Sheik boots. But the biggest thing I tried to do was I took one of the decals of a Cobra and put it on his face like a tattoo. Because this Sergeant Slaughter is going to be like a clone. Like Dr. Mindbender made a Sergeant Slaughter clone. So, and I glossed it over like on the face, because I think when you take it back and you look at it from a distance, sorry I'm so bad at the focus still, I think it looks better, the glossiness. I mean, if you get really up close, it might be a little bit of overload on the gloss, but I think at kind of a distance, it'll look pretty good. So those are my Cobra lineup of like so far that I've done of like just adding figures to my Cobra line. Because like when I was a kid, all the toys existed in the same universe basically, and sometimes they would interact, and like my G.I. Joes were my wrestling toys because I really didn't like the old LGN figures. You couldn't do anything with them. I liked Remco figures a little bit more because you could do a little bit more with them, and then my Masters of the Universe could like interact with those because they're basically the same sort of design. But for the most part, G.I. Joes were my wrestling figures and my superhero figures because there weren't a ton of superhero figures. Like I think the first, you had the Superpowers line for DC, and then you had like the Marvel Secret Wars line. But those become wrestlers too, because like those were bigger than the G.I. Joes, so those were like WWE steroided up wrestlers and stuff. But so yeah, everybody exists together. So I thought I had my Cobra troops by doing stuff like this. But I also made one that's gonna fit into G.I. Joe in a way. So now you have one of my favorite Marvel characters. I'm glad he's getting a movie. Shang-Chi, I think he's always been a pretty awesome figure. Some of the modern interpretations, when they just put him in like a shield outfit, I didn't like as much. Like, you want to get away from some of the stereotypes, but like still you want to like not just make him like any other character. And if the tattoo I talked about earlier, let's try to focus, and there it is on his arm. So that way he'd fit in with, if I have him interact with the G.I. Joes, there'll be a reason for it. Which I love this figure, by the way. And I have my comic book shop looking for me another one of these, because I have a custom in mind I want to do. I'll have to see if they can give me another one. And yeah, I could buy one online, but yeah. And again, I put some extra gloss, like people were telling me to, around it to try to help it blend in a little bit. Like, I don't think these on like a lot of figures there's the perfect like focus. Brian, you got to focus, don't move. Shake your hands, shake. Like, they're never gonna blend in perfectly, especially with me not being able to cut. My hands shake so much from stuff like but like at a distance, and like if you really get it the way you want it, it should be okay. But I'm filming like this video. I can't talk. I plan to release a bunch of probably Hill vs. Men on card this week if I can, a number of ones. So well, I might as well give you a quick preview of what I'm going to release this week, and you can tell me if I ever did release those. So, like, one of my first videos I'm going to release Hill vs. Men on card this week is going to be this Cowboy Bebop SH Figure Arts figure, and this is my first ever SH Figure Arts figure. So, and I got this one on deal because these are usually too expensive for me. And I really needed a Cowboy Bebop since it's one of my favorite all-time shows ever. Though I see it, they're coming out with a cheaper line of Cowboy Bebop figures, but since I got this on sale, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to review this week, and I've always been scared about these figures because there's so many little detailed things. Like, I've heard they got eyes, surprise, and other stuff in them, and like I've always said, my hands shake a lot, so I don't want to lose a bunch of stuff. But we'll see how this goes with that. And then I'm also going to review this week this Bruce Lee Select. You can tell it's a Select because it doesn't fit in your freaking camera. maybe I might add a certain tattoo to his arm also for all my martial arts characters to tie them in, or maybe not. I don't know. But I've been wanting a Bruce Lee figure forever. I didn't want to get, like, I usually want to buy selects for the really giant characters like Juggernaut or Thanos or somebody like that, because it doesn't matter if they're oversized. But this one didn't look like he was that much bigger than like G.I. Joe 6-inch figures or like Marvel Legends or something. So I'll see. And but this one looks pretty cool, even though it's not, I don't think it's got the best likeness ever, but I'll go over that whenever I do the review and stuff, and we'll see if it does. But it's got some hands and accessories and stuff, and we'll see how that goes. And the last figure I'm going to record a video for today and hopefully release them out, get them edited and release them out, is my AEW Unrivaled collection, Kenny Omega. I have bought the Cody, the Chris Jericho, like the regular Chris Jericho, and the Kenny. And those are the ones I bought of this. I could have got them all at one time, but I'm not the biggest Bucks fan. And I wanted the Brandy. I couldn't have got them all because I actually wanted the Brandy, but they didn't have it. So, the Brandy Rhodes figure. So, I got this Kenny Omega. And if I can hold the phone still enough. I'm filming all this by hand. Wish I can. I have this Figures Toy Company Kenny Omega I bought a while back, and that shirt was something I bought. Somebody make custom wrestling shirts, so that shirt might actually end up on this figure. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's a cleaner shirt, so it might not, but that's the Kenny Omega I had. And tell you the truth, one of the biggest reasons I bought that was the jacket. But I also never thought, which a lot of people never thought, that they'd end up, having these figures right here. So I'll review these. And these are interesting figures in the context that they have more of a rubbery texture to some parts of them and stuff. With the Cody Rhodes, I felt really a lot on the Cody Rhodes. So I enjoyed the Cody Rhodes. I think it's really good. I'm doing photos right now. If you check out our toy photography stuff, go to our Instagram on Hang a Wednesday and you can see a lot of links to our toy photography. But I'm really using Cody Rhodes. I think it's really cool, and this one looks cool. We'll see. The Jericho I liked a lot. I haven't used it for any photos or anything yet, but it looks really cool. But maybe this will be in toys what we're doing this week. So sneak preview, 13 minutes video of me shaking a lot. I hope this doesn't look like shit.